The next adventure for Batman begins in Batman number 2 with a cover date of June 19, 1940. This is the second of 4 stories that make up Batman number 2 and is called Wolf the Crime Master. Adam Lamb, a trusted museum custodian, is talking to his boss, Mr. Craig, about the book he is reading. The book is called The Crime Master. Lamb loves mystery stories with master criminals and imagines himself in a role in the story. Mr. Craig laughs at the thought of timid Adam Lamb as a master criminal. Reading late into the night, it's time for Lamb to go home. As he's leaving Mr. Craig's museum, Adam slips on some loose carpeting, falling down the steps, bringing a frame painting of a bat down with him and hitting his head on the floor. In a daze, he stares at the painting and the mystery book, The Crime Master. The clock strikes 12 and Lamb passes out from the fall. The mystery book and the bat sink into his consciousness. Hours later, Lamb wakes up a little confused, then remembers what happened. He feels okay, no harm done. Little does he know that the fall that night has changed him forever. The next night, Adam leaves for home and everything seems okay, until he hears the city clock strike midnight with a loud gong. Lamb stops as if hypnotized, and a dreadful change comes over him. His face twists into a vicious leer, his eyes lit with fury, and his body straightens, and our Lamb has become a wolf. The transformed Lamb approaches a man walking alone and murders him with no hesitation. Strange as it seems, when Lamb wakes up the next day, he has no recollection of last night's events. He thinks it was a dream, but every night at midnight, he becomes the beast from his dreams, using the name Wolf. He becomes the leader of a small criminal ring, but the group quickly expands and Wolf becomes a master of crime. Lamb by day, Wolf by night. Every morning he wakes thinking the actions of the previous night are just crazy dreams. While patrolling one night, Batman and Robin see some gangsters raiding a warehouse. They jump down and tussle with the goons. Robin makes his best Popeye joke, not noticing the menacing Wolf behind him. Wolf smacks Robin over the head and pushes him into a path of a speeding truck. Batman leaps into action to save his partner. Narrowly escaping the oncoming car, Batman rescues Robin in a way that makes no sense. He sees the gang getting away in a car and notices a weird dent in the fender. He'll remember that, and maybe he will be able to spot that car again. Every morning, Adam Lamb wakes up more confused. He's having those crazy dreams, and there's a suit in his closet that doesn't belong to him. Lamb decides to wait and see if he can catch the person wearing the suit. The clock strikes 12. Not knowing he was actually waiting on himself, Adam starts to change into the wolf. The next day, Bruce Wayne is at Craig's museum taking a tour of his collection. Bruce notices the keeper deep into his book. Craig tells Bruce, "That's just Lamb. He's read that book over and over. Crime Master, it's called." On his way out of the museum, Bruce sees the bandit's car from the night before. It had the dent and everything. Looks like he'll be doing some trailing tonight. They trail the car to the waterfront and it led him right to the bandits from the night before, and they look like they're going to pull another warehouse job. Robin spots the guy who clubbed him. The bandits have the watchman of the warehouse. Batman and Robin spring into action before they kill him. Batman starts to take on one of the men when the other starts shooting at him. A bullet misses the protective vest and hits Batman. He falls off the pier into the water. Robin freaks out, going berserk on the bandits, screaming for the loss of his friend. Wolf screams at his men to finish the boy wonder or else. A voice is heard behind the men. Or what, Wolf? Standing before the men is a very alive but very wet Batman. Staggering, he reaches in his utility belt before more bullets find a new home. Batman grabs a smoke pellet, slams it into the ground, creating a giant wall of black smoke, blinding the bandits. Robin helps Batman escape, and they go to Bruce's laboratory, where Dick has a giant task ahead of him. While Bruce lays on the table, Dick says a prayer and starts digging at Bruce's wound to find the bullet. Success! The next night, Dick goes to the library to see Bruce reading. He should be in bed, but he's found something amazing. Bruce had made a list of the crimes committed by the Wolf Mob, and they all match the crimes committed in this book, The Crime Master. Bruce wonders who he saw reading the same book. Lamb. Craig's museum custodian. It has to be him. The next crime in the book is murder, and tonight is the night Craig works late at the museum. They need to get moving. Craig and Lamb are working late, and when the clock strikes 12, Lamb turns into the wolf. To Craig's astonishment, Lamb's face starts to contort into an evil grin, and Lamb, who is now the wolf, charges at Craig with a knife with murderous rage. Before Wolf can kill Craig, Robin flies through a window, because 1940s comics, and he struggles with Wolf over the knife. Wolf seems intent on finishing Robin off for good this time, but Batman grabs his arm and the knife flies out of his hand. Wolf rounds on Batman but doesn't attack. He seems fixated on the bat on Batman's chest. The memories of the accident start to come back to him. In that moment, Batman punches the living crap out of him, knocking Wolf down the steps again. Wolf breaks his neck from the fall, and his face starts to turn back to Lamb. He remembers everything and tells the men the story of how he became the crime master. Then he dies, bringing the Bat kill count to 24. Craig forgives Lamb, and the men talk about what a crazy experience this must have been for him. Before Batman and Robin leave, Craig thanks them for their service, and Robin tells him, "As long as there's criminals around, we will be around."